Hello everybody, welcome to another little video with me. Now doesn't it look phenomenal? Well, all it is a pile of scraps that I have chucked through my machine a few times. Now, I know lots of you are going to be like, oh my gosh, you could resin coat that and you could use that, it's amazing, blah, 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 la, 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 whatever. However, I don't really want to. It's not really my style. But it is colourful and fun. What I'm going to do is mix it up into a really nice, like, scrap brown. And as you can see, this is it going through the process as I continue to mix it. And it is pretty, but I don't really want it as a background. So I actually really do want a neutral colour, which is what I'm going to end up with in a second. But please don't be mad at me for not using all those rainbow colours. I'm showing you, and what I want to show you in this video is how you can use it to create a amazing terrazzo. So everything I'm using in this video is scrap. That is a little scrap piece of cinnamon that has black pieces in it and all that sort of thing. So all I do is roll it down thin. This is a really exciting video, by the way. It's terrazzo. This is my style of terrazzo, and how I like to do that is to roll out my little scrappy pieces, and it does not matter if they have little black colours on them and things like that. It adds to the character of the terrazzo. So slicey, slicey, slicey. I try to make them all different shapes, not just triangles. Another piece of scrap here that is actually covered in gold foil, as you can see. I'm just going to roll it out, and I'm just going to get all those little sparkly bits. Doesn't matter if it looks really rugged or scrappy. That's the point. So slicing it thin, you can see it's got gold veins in there, and we're just going to put it straight on top, space it out a little bit everywhere, just like a pizza. Make sure you've got a little bit of topping in every little piece, and that way then when you cut out your components, it's going to be super, super, what was I going to say? What's the word? Oh my gosh. I've literally got COVID brain, guys. I've got COVID right now as we speak. I've just been on holiday for like 2 weeks, and then at the end of my holiday, I got COVID. All right. But one of the main things that so if I don't remember what I'm trying to say, I meant to say consistent across the components. So this little piece here has got lots of glitter in it, which is giving it a granite feel. And I think the whole thing about terrazzo is having a character, having a really unique look. And of course, some people like it to have a stone reference. This one here, I'm using a very, very old little cane that I used to make butterfly wings a long time ago. It's been sitting in my drawer for ages, and I just reduced it really, really finely. So then it's got tiny little black patterns in it. But what I'm trying to say is I love my terrazzos to have a unique character, meaning that every little piece is a different shape, every little color is different. So you can see the terracotta, we're going to go in close here. The terracotta's got black little bits on it, there's gold, there's metallic, there's just all this like uniqueness, and that's what's going to make your terrazzo stand out. One of the things that I also like to be careful of is not to get too many pieces touching. I like there to be a gap, but I also like it to be quite compact. So when I roll down, it's not going to spread out too much. There's going to be lots of little pattern all over the place. Now, I also wanted to add this beautiful chartreusey color in, and I thought, you know what? It needs more. It needs more texture. It needs something to it. So I'm going to do the little wire brush trick that I learned from my lovely friend, Sarah from Winterbloom. I use this all the time. I've shared this with you guys as well. But it's a very simple technique just to get a kind of granite, stone or rock finish, or just, you know, when you're making a normal slab, adding a little bit of contrast by having a pop of splatter on it. I wanted it to be super fine, just like it is that you can see here. It's nice and close, isn't it? Oh, you can see how gross my nails are. Fabulous. And as you know, I like to pick up all the little bits with my actual slab. Be careful when you are working on a slab, though. If you have it beside you, it does flick everywhere. And if you didn't want to have little black splatters on it, you might not want to do that. So I'm just rolling it nice and thin, and I'm literally just going to add it onto the slab. Now you can do 20 or 30 different, you can do as many different colors as you like on a terrazzo slab, or you can just do one or two. for this particular one, I wanted to have contrast, so I've obviously added that black with a little bit of gold, and I wanted to have warmth, so I've added cinnamon, I've added gold, I've added like warm tones. I've even added the actual same color as the base, but it just has the glitter in it, so that sort of browny fawny color. Again, it's just going to add depth to the character, to the interest of the slab. And it's just going to, so when you roll down the metallic as well, so that metallic gold, it actually ends up having almost like a 3D finish with the way that the mica shifts within that particular clay. So you'll find that it looks like it's almost coming off the slab, which I think is so fun. Now, I have actually finished these, and in this video, while I'm doing this right now, I haven't added it in, but I'm going to add it in the end, all the little pieces that are actually finished, and I'll do a little, you know, a little looky look. So, yeah. Anyway, I love how the green adds in just another layer of interest. I think that's what I would think of when I think of terrazzo. I think of layers of interest. I think of character. I think of unique shapes. I think of interesting combinations of color as well. And of course, you can do terrazzos in anything, with a white base, with a stone base, with a marbled base, with 1 color, 2 colors, 3 colors, 50 colors, whatever you like. Oh, this one's interesting. So this is just a ball of scrap, and I decided to cut the outside off it and just use the outside because it had all that little pattern on it. If you can see on the outside, the inside was a bit boring. Also, just note that that is Sculpey 3 clay that I'm using there. It is the beige color from Sculpey 3, which I actually really love. And that is another thing that we can use Sculpey 3 for. Remember, Sculpey 3, although it is not good for anything that needs structure or needs strength, it is absolutely fabulous for going on top of your designs. Now, we're finished. Are we finished? We're rolling down. We've got our 3 mil guides. Now, a terrazzo roll down is really important that you pick it up and move it between every couple of rolls so that you don't just go all one way and that you get a really nice, even roll down. Now, you can also choose to keep a little bit of texture on the top so that it has a sort of bumpy feel to it, which I think I've actually done in this one. I don't think it's rolled ultra flat, or do I roll it ultra flat? I might roll it again, I'm not sure. But here you go, you can see a close-up. See all those little bits and pieces, the little bit of gold, the little bit of glitter, the splatter. It just all just looks so wonderful. Now, if I'm being ultra fussy, I could have gone in with another layer in there with another color, but I decided I was happy with it. I didn't want to overthink it. I didn't want to go too crazy, and I feel like terrazzo is just one of those ones. If you're a beginner in polymer clay, it is absolutely fabulous for a beginning technique. It's easy to do, it's effective, and it's fun. It is time consuming. Everything that you've just seen has been sped up by at least 3-fold. So if you just want to basically, I feel like you could like add 3 hours, and that's how long it took me to make the slab. It is not an easy, well, no, that's not the word. It's not a fast slab to make. Like a rip and tear is a fast slab to make. This is more of it's a slow burn, but it's enjoyable. It's relaxing. And if you didn't know this already, like, the reason I actually even got into polymer clay was because I wanted a hobby that was going to relax me, something that was like super cathartic. Just ended up being in, you know, a thriving fucking like business, but thriving. Some days I'm thriving, some days I'm surviving. You know how it is. I know you relate. So what else? I'm cutting out the components, which is a little bit boring, but as you know, I have burnished this to the tile. And I'm going through my shapes, deciding what I want. And I like to repurpose a lot of my shapes, or there'll be shapes that I thought I would use that I don't use. It's just whatever you love at the time. I'm loving diamonds, so there's a few diamonds in there. I'm loving semicircles and hoops and things like that. But just do what you love, do what you enjoy. I am cutting these out with the thought that I'm going to be adding some other different colors. So in this particular collection, I add more of the citron green with the splatter. And I also add in, I think I add in the black as well with the gold veining. So it's literally just scrap with gold foil, where I've used gold foil and it's just folded in. So then it has like these tiny grains. I think I cut it out on here. Like I said, I'm gonna add a little bit in the end. just showing you. And I'll probably talk real time instead of voiceover because it'll be faster. You know, I like it when it's faster. Also, don't forget, and this is always a good reminder for you, to take any opportunity to get as much out of your slab as you can. You can see there that I've done lots of tiny little studs. Look at this. Look at those. So you can see every single component has a little bit of every colour. Well, most of them. 90%. You know what I mean. And to this, so what I'm going to do, and I think this is a little bit boring, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to roll out some of the black. As you can see here, it's got the swirls of gold foil. That is just literally black clay that had gold foil on top where I've just like smushed it together. There's no special trick, nothing like that. That's all it is. It's just scrap clay. I can probably show you how to do that though. We'll do that in another video. What you could do is you could roll out some black and just add a sheet of foil on it and then basically just roll it up and mush it as if you were like mixing it together, and then you'll end up with something like this. And then all I've done is sliced it so that it sort of has little gold veins. But I'm using that as added components. You can see there I'm cutting out a diamond. That's going to go with the terrazzo, and then I'm going to add in the green color as well. And like I said, I will show you, or maybe I'll just do music over top. Yeah, because my voice is getting sore now. I just want to go and cough. COVID is lame, by the way. Actually, it just made me feel a little bit dirty. I felt like people, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get judged for having COVID. I don't have any clue how I got it. I wash my hands all the time. I try to be as distant as possible, but these things happen. It happened, and it was not fun. Anyway, I'm on the tail end. I'm surviving. I'm back in the studio now, so that's exciting. But yeah, I don't know why I filmed this. I probably should have just cut this out. Here's a little look at all the components together, and I'll show you the finished products. I'll show you a few of the dangly ones and what they ended up looking like. I'm so happy with how it turned out. You can see here I've used a mixture of the green, the black, and also the neutral color with the glitter in it, and I think they look amazing. So I thought I would also take the opportunity right here to share with you kind of my thinking around when I'm putting them together or composing my earrings. So this to me is like a standard medium arch that I would use and that I think is really wearable. I usually do a couple of them in a couple of different combinations. So one of the things that I will do is I will generally do different combinations. So using different colored components, but in the same style or design. I feel like it just adds a point of difference. Look at this one, look at the shimmer, look at the shine. And people can be into more subtle designs. So as in not having the full-on terrazzo thing going on. These ones here I would refer to as my statement drops. Cute little arches with little dangly bits. Is that the word? Oh. And I'm also using the beige granite, which I adore. These also I would consider as statement drops, and I have done two different combinations here, you'll see. So this one has got the terrazzo top with the black body, and then the little dangly bits hanging off are just all different. And then these ones have got the black top terrazzo body and then little different dangly bits again. It's definitely really within my design aesthetic and definitely what I'm known for when it comes to what I create. But how good does the terrazzo look? And I love that you can pull a color, so say the green, from the terrazzo, and put it into one of the components, and it just makes it pop. Another ones that I like to do are using a 6mm ball top, which is basically that little top there, which just goes into the ear with the backing on, and then it's joined together with the 10mm jump ring. I just think they look really classy and timeless. Statement studs. I love to have statement studs in my collections. Look at that beautiful beige. That beige looks so good. That Sculpey 3. Love it. Then I decided to do some diamond ones. I'd say these are more of a medium size. You do have to be careful with the backings, that you don't put too big a backings on, otherwise they will sit up too high, so smaller backings. These I would say are some of my more popular designs right now, the triple hoop drops, and I'm obsessed. They look so good on as well. These are what I mostly use, the little studs that I chop out of my slab. So when I have lots and lots of studs and I don't always want to make heaps of studs, I'll make droplets like that. Same goes here. If I've made a bunch of studs and I'm not sure whether I really want to use them, I will turn them into really cute mixed droplets. And these look sick. I would wear them. I want them. Maybe I just keep them. Yeah, maybe I will. It's so hard. Also, I couldn't figure out how to hold them. Now I've figured it out now. These are my classic popsicle drops, a really simple, sleek design. I have decided to make them slightly shorter than what I normally do, and like literally it's by a 6 mil or so, but it makes a difference. So yeah, I love these. They're really simple, really easy to wear. And what else? We've got some studs. These are some soft-sided squares, and then I've got some little round studs as well. I mean, can you hear the birds, for God's sakes? All these cockatoos outside. Oh, anyway. Then we've also got these gorgeous round studs. So, like, I usually do a few pairs of studs. I don't go crazy. But these ones I wanted to show you how the metallic can look really 3D. Like, it's literally standing out from the component. I love to have a few pairs of hooks. So I love to use the Blackbird and Violet all-in-one hooks, which means I don't have to use a jump ring. These are 25 mil hoops from Blackbird and Violet as well. Love these because they're really simple for my customers to wear. They just need to unclip that and then hook it through. And they are so light and comfortable and wearable. I love them. Comfortable and wearable, same diff. You know what I mean. Then we also have another pair of studs. These ones are really cute because they don't have much black in them, so I feel like it just looks different. And then, of course, the beautiful popsicle sticks in the Terrazzo as well. So I usually try and do a few different styles. Anyway, I hope that has given you a little bit of insight into what I'm thinking when I'm creating a collection, and maybe give you some ideas for your own designs. Just remember to be authentic to yourself and your own creativity and make something amazing. Love you, bye.